Imagine waking up tomorrow. You check your bank account. The number's still there, the same money, the same balance. Nothing was stolen, nothing disappeared, and yet, somehow, you are poorer. Not because someone took your money, because your money quietly lost something much more important, its power. $100 is still $100. The number did not change, but the world around it did. The coffee costs more. The rent costs more. The groceries cost more. The things you need every day slowly become more expensive. And one day you look around and wonder, why does my money feel weaker than it used to? The answer has a name: inflation.
But here's the strange part. Everyone talks about inflation. Everyone sees the prices rising. Everyone feels it. But almost nobody understands what is actually happening. Because inflation is not like a normal problem. It does not arrive with a warning. It does not break your door. It does not empty your bank account overnight. It works quietly, patiently, almost invisibly, like a small leak in a giant tank. At first, you barely notice, but years later, you realize how much disappeared. And maybe that's the biggest illusion about money. We think wealth is about the number we see, the number in our bank account, the number on our paycheck, the number on a screen. But money has two sides, the number and the power behind that number. And those two things are not always the same. Imagine someone in 1995 saved $10,000. They looked at that money and thought, I'm safe, I'm responsible, I'm prepared. And they were not wrong. Saving money matters. Having security matters. But there was another question nobody asked. What will this money be able to buy 20 years from now? Because money does not only compete against spending, it competes against time. Time is the enemy most people forget. A person can spend years building savings. They can avoid unnecessary purchases. They can make responsible decisions and still wake up one day realizing my money survived, but my purchasing power didn't. This is why inflation is so difficult to understand, because it does not make your account balance disappear. It attacks something deeper, your future choices, your options, your freedom. Think about it. If everything around you becomes 5% more expensive every year, but your money stays still, you are not standing in the same place. You are slowly moving backward. Not dramatically, not suddenly, just one small step at a time. And that is why inflation is sometimes called the silent tax. Because nobody sends you a bill, nobody asks for permission, but the cost appears everywhere. In your groceries, in your rent, in your lifestyle, in the things you can no longer afford.
Now, this creates a difficult question. If keeping money still slowly weakens it, what should people do? Should everyone rush into investments? Should everyone take huge risks? No. And this is where many people misunderstand wealth. The answer is not reckless behavior. The answer is understanding the game. Saving is not the enemy. Saving is the foundation. You need emergency money. You need security. You need protection. But protection alone cannot create growth. A shield can protect you from danger, but a shield cannot build an empire. This is the difference between people who only protect money and people who understand money. Some people ask, how can I keep my money safe? Others ask, how can I make my money productive? That question changes everything.
Because throughout history, wealthy people understood one simple idea. Money should not only sit. Money should work. Not because money is magical, because productive things create value. Businesses create value. Skills create value. Investments create value. Systems create value. ownership creates value. The goal is not to hate cash. Cash is useful. Cash gives you time. Cash gives you options. Cash gives you peace. But cash sitting forever is like a talented person who never uses their abilities. The potential exists, but nothing happens. And this is where inflation creates a divide. Two people can earn the same amount, save the same amount, work equally hard, but years later, their lives can look completely different. Why? Because one person only stored money. The other learned how to put money into motion. This is not a story about being lucky. It is not about becoming rich overnight. It is about understanding a simple truth. Your money is either working for your future or slowly losing the ability to help your future. And maybe the most dangerous sentence in finance is, "My money is safe." Because safe from what? Safe from theft? Maybe. Safe from losing value? Maybe not. The world changes, prices change, economies change. But one thing stays true. Ignoring money does not protect you from money problems. Understanding money does. So the next time you hear someone say, "Just save your money," ask a better question. Save it for what? Because saving can protect your present, but building wealth requires thinking about your future. Inflation is not just about rising prices. It is a reminder that money is not only something you collect, it is something you manage, something you understand, something you put to work. Because at the end of the day, wealth is not about having the biggest number in your account. It is about having the most control over your life. And maybe the biggest mistake people make with money is not losing it. It is never learning how it works. This is Maybe Not, a place where we question the things we were told about money, wealth, and success. Because sometimes the answer everyone believes is maybe not.